always get the all-night bus, 6 nights out of the week. I walk down to Marble Arch and then I get the 294. And that takes me to Fleet Street. I never talk to the men on the all-night bus. When I get there, I go to the Black and White, get a cup of tea. Sometimes my friend comes. She's taller than me, thinner. I always save her place. Of course, you can't always keep it. I never talk to them when they take it. Sometimes this nice old man, he gives me the morning paper, the first one. He told me what he was once. I never do go down to that place, near the embankment. Though, from the top table, you can see what goes on down there, through the window, if you look. Mostly it's vans. They're always running around down there. Usually it's the same drivers, sometimes they're different. My brother was the same. He used to be in on it. Sometimes you can see the all-night buses going around down there. They run around too. No, I've never been that way. Not the way some of them go. I've always got my black skirt and me red scarf, and I'm never without my lipstick. I prefer the vegetable soup to the tomato. I was having a bowl once, and there was this man across from the table. He was dead asleep, but laying on his elbow, and he was scratching his head, and he was picking out the hairs from his head and dropping them in my soup. I pulled my bowl away. They close down at 5 o'clock and give it the old scrub around. They don't let you sit. You can't stay, you can't get a cup of tea. Not even if you lift your feet up. I've asked, but still you get about 4 hours out of it. I've always got me red scarf, and I'm never without me lipstick. I see them look. They never pick me up. They picked up my friend once, took her away in their wagon. They didn't keep her. I see them look. Mostly, no one looks. Well, when it's light, I go. My friend doesn't wait. She says they inject you. They can tap your breath. They inject you in your ears. Well, one morning, I was walking on a bit up Waterloo Bridge, and I saw the last 294. Must have been the last one. Although, it didn't look like an all-night bus in the daylight.
I tell you, it's got everything.
Has it?
Oh yes, real class.
Really?
Real class. I mean, what I mean to say, you play a game of tennis, you have a beautiful swim, they got a bar right there.
Where?
By the pool. You have a fruit juice on the spot, no extra charge. And they give you this fantastic hot towel.
Hot?
And I mean hot, I'm not joking.
Like the barber?
Barber?
In the barber shop when I was a boy?
Oh yes. What do you mean?
They put a hot towel over your face, you see. Over your nose and eyes. Had it done thousands of times. It got rid of all the blackheads. All the blackheads on your face.
Blackheads?
It burned them out. The towels, you see, were as hot as you could stand. That's what the barber used to say. Hot enough for you, sir? Burnt all the blackheads out of your skin. I was born in West Country, of course, so I could be talking only of West Country barbershops. But on the other hand, I'm pretty sure that hot towels with blackheads were used in barbers across the land in those days.
Well, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was, but no. These towels that I'm talking about are big bath towels, towels for the body. I'm talking about pure comfort. That's why I'm telling you, it's got real class, it's got everything. Mind you, there's a waiting list as long as first you've got to be proposed and seconded, and they've got to check you out. They don't let any old spare bugger in there, why should they?
Quite right.
Although, it goes without saying that someone like yourself would be warmly welcome as an honorary member.
How kind.
Did you hear what's happened to Jimmy? What's happened to Jimmy?
Bring him in. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Let's not beat around the bush. Anything but that, d'accord? You're a civilised man. So am I. Sit down. What do you think this is? It's my finger. And I can wave my finger in front of your eyes, just like this. And I can even do the same with my little finger. And I can do the same with both. Same time. Just like this. I can do anything I like. Do you think I'm mad? My mother did. Do you think that waving fingers in front of people's faces is silly? I see your point. You're a man of the highest intellect, but would you take it the same way if it were my boot or my penis? Why am I so obsessed with eyes? Am I obsessed with eyes? Probably. Not my own eyes, of course. Other people's eyes. The eyes of people they bring here to me, they're so vulnerable. The soul shines through them. Are you a man of God? Which side do you think he's on? I'm going to have a drink. You're probably wondering where your wife is. She's in another room. Good-looking woman. God, that was good. Don't worry, I can handle my booze. You may have noticed that I'm the chatty type. You probably think that I'm part of a predictable, formal, long-established pattern, i.e. I chat away, friendly, insouciant, I open the batting, as it were, in a light-hearted and even carefree type manner, whilst another waits in the wings, silent, introspective, coiled like a No. It's not quite like that, you see. I run the place. God speaks through me. I'm referring to the Old Testament God, by the way, although I am a long way of being Jewish. Everyone respects me here. Including you. At least I think that would be the correct stance.
Nothing's happened to Jimmy.
Nothing?
Nobody's discussing this. Nobody's discussing this, sweetie. Do you get me? Nothing's happened to Jimmy, and if you're not a good girl, I'll spank you.
What's going on?
Tell him about the club. I've just been telling him about the club. She's a member.
What's it like?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's got everything. It's wonderful. The lighting's wonderful, isn't it? Did you tell him about the alcoves?
There's this bar, you see, with glass alcoves looking out to under the water.
People swim at you see, while you're having a drink.
Lovely girls.
And men.
Mostly girls.
Did you tell him about the food?
The cannelloni is brilliant.
The food's first class. It really is.
They even
first
do
class.
chopped liver.
Oh, you couldn't describe that as a local dish.
What on earth is going on out there? Thank you, darling. It's like the Black Death.
What is?
The town's dead. There's nobody in the streets. Not a soul in sight, apart from some soldiers. My driver had to stop at a, what do you call it? Oh, a roadblock. We had to say who we were. It really was a trifle.
There's just been a little,
Nothing in it. May I introduce you, Gavin White, our host, Dame Melissa.
So glad you could come.
What are you drinking? Oh, here, have a glass of wine.
I keep hearing all these things. I don't know what to believe.
What a lovely party.
What did you say?
I said I don't know what to believe.
You don't have to believe anything. Get it? All you have to do is shut up, enjoy the hospitality, and mind your own fucking business. How many more times do I have to tell you? You keep hearing all these things. You keep hearing all these things said by pricks about pricks. What's it got to do with you?
We've said it time and time again, haven't we?
Of course we have.
Time and time again. 20 million. That's what we've said time and time again. It's a figure supported by facts. We've done our homework. 20 million is a fact. When these people say 30, I'll tell you exactly what they're doing. They're distorting the facts.
Scandalous.
Quite! I mean, how the hell do they know?
Quite.
We've done the thinking.
Quite.
That's what we're paid for.
Paid a bloody lot too.
Exactly. Good money for good brains. $30 million. I mean,
Exactly.
I'll tell you. Neither I nor those people above me are going to put up with it much longer. These people, Rita, these people are actively and willfully deceiving the public. Do you take my point?
I'd put the bastards up against the wall and shoot them.
As a matter of fact, I've got a committee being set up to discuss that very thing.
Really? Well done.
So beautiful. The mouth really, and of course the eyes.
Yes.
Not to mention his hands. I'll tell you, I would have killed. But that bitch had her legs all over him.
I saw.
Next minute, she's lugging him up the stairs.
Oh, unbelievable.
As he was going, do you know what he did?
What?
He looked at me.
Did he?
I swear it, as he was being lugged out, he looked back at me like a wounded deer. I shall never forget it. I shall never, as long as I live, forget that
Oh,
look.
beautiful.
I could have cut her throat. That nymphomaniac slut.
I know. But think of what happened. Think of the wonderful side of it, because for you, it was love. It was falling in love. That's what it was, wasn't it? You fell in love.
I did. You're right. I fell in love. I am in love. I haven't slept all night.
How often does that happen? That's the point. How often does it really happen? How often does anyone experience such a thing?
You're right. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me.
And that's why you're in such pain.
Yes, because that big-titted tart.
Raped the man you love.
Yes, she did. That's what she did. She raped my beloved.
We've got to make it work.
What?
The country.
Ah! You brought the house down with that one, Fred.
That's what matters. That's what matters, doesn't it?
Oh, it matters. I should say it matters. All this fucking about has to stop.
You mean it?
I mean it all right.
You know, I admire people like you.
So do I. A bit of that. A bit of that. Ah.
How's it going tonight?
Like clockwork. Look, let me tell you something. We want peace. We want peace, and we're going to get it.
Quite right.
We want peace, and we're going to get it. But we want that peace to be cast iron. No leaks. No drafts. Tight as a drum. A cast iron piece. Like this.
You know, I really admire people like you.
So do I.
How sweet of you to say so.
But you do have a really wonderful figure, doesn't she?
I've known this lady years. How many years have I known you? Years. And she's always looked the same, hasn't she? You've always looked the same, haven't you?
Has she?
She has. Haven't you?
Oh, you're joking.
No, not me. I never joke. Have you ever heard me crack a joke?
No. If I still look all right, it's probably because I've just joined this new club. Do you know it?
We were just telling him all about it.
Oh, were you?
Just now, yes. Sounds wonderful. You're a member, are you?
Oh, yes. I think it saved my life. The swimming. You should join. Do you play tennis?
I'm a golfer. I play golf.
What else do you do?
I don't understand what you mean.
What else does he do? He doesn't do anything else. He plays golf, that's all he does. He's a golfer.
Well, I do sail. I do own a boat.
I love boats.
What?
I love boats. I love boating.
Boating. Did you hear that?
I love cooking on boats.
The only thing she doesn't like doing on boats is getting fucked on boats. That's what she doesn't like.
That's funny. I thought everyone liked that.
I don't know you. But you respect me. I don't know you. You say that you don't respect me. Are you saying that you would respect me more if you got to know me better, would you like to know me better? What I would like. There's no burden in the matter. Oh, yes, it has. Tell me something. What a good-looking woman your wife is. Tell me. On for the road, I think. I'm told you have a lovely house. Lots of books. Somebody told me that some of my boys kicked it about a little bit, pissed on the rugs, that sort of thing. I wish they wouldn't do that. I do, really, but you know what it's like. They have these responsibilities, you see, and they feel them. These responsibilities, they're ever present, and so occasionally they piss on a few rugs. You understand. You're not a fool. How's your son? What age is he? 7 or that age thereabouts. Big lad, I'm told. Nevertheless, silly of him to behave as he did. But is he okay? Oh, I'm sure he's all right. Anyway, I'll have a chat with him later on and find out. He's somewhere on the 2nd floor, I believe.
Does anybody know what's happened to my brother Jimmy?
Perhaps she's deaf, or perhaps my voice isn't strong enough or distinct enough. What do you think, folks? Perhaps my diction isn't clear enough? You see, I'm forced to float all these possibilities because I said we don't discuss what happened to Jimmy. That is not up for discussion, that is not on anyone's agenda. But perhaps my voice isn't strong enough or my articulation clear enough, or perhaps she's deaf.
It's on my agenda.
What did you say?
I said it's on my agenda.
No. What you got wrong, old darling, what you've got totally wrong, old darling, is you don't have an agenda. Got it? You have no agenda. Absolutely the opposite is the case. I'm going to have to give her a real talking to when I get home, I can see that.
So odd, the number of men who can't control their wives.
What?
Yes, I know what you mean.
It's the root of so many ills. You know, uncontrollable wives.
What are you saying to me?
I went for a walk in the woods the other day. I had no idea how many squirrels were still left in this country. I find them such vivacious creatures.
I used to love them as a girl.
Did you really? What about hawks?
Oh, I love hawks and eagles, but certainly hawks. The kestrel, the way it flew and hovered over my valley. It made me cry. I still cry.
Oh, did you meet my wife?
How'd you do?
This is Charlotte.
We've met before.
Oh, you've met before?
Yes, we've met. You gave me a leg up in life.
Did you really? How exciting.
It was.
Was it exciting for you, too, to be given a leg up in life?
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm still trembling.
How exciting.
I think this is such a gorgeous party, don't you? I just think this is such a gorgeous party, don't you? I think this is such fun. I love the fact that people are so well dressed. It's casual, but good. Do you know what I mean? Is it silly to say I feel proud? Proud to be part of a society of such beautifully dressed people. Oh God, I don't know. Elegance, style, grace, taste. Don't these words, these concepts mean anything anymore? I'm not alone, am I? In thinking them incredibly important. Anyway, I love everything that flows. I can't tell you how happy I feel.
You married someone, I've forgotten who it was.
He died.
If you're free this summer, do come to our island. We take an island out for the summer. Do come. There's more or less nobody there, just a few local people who do us proud. Terribly civil. Everything works. I have my own generator. But the storms are wild, aren't they, darling? If you like storms, siroccos, that sort of thing, makes you feel alive. Truly alive. Makes the old pulse go rat-a-tat-tats. Yeah, God, it can be wild, can't it, darling? Makes the old pulse go rat-a-tat-tats. Raises the ante, that sort of thing. Gets the blood up. But actually, when I'm out there on the island, I feel 10 years younger. I can take anyone on. Man, woman, child, what?
You mad? Do you know what that man is?
Yes, I think I know what that man is.
You have no idea. You don't know what his position is. You simply have no idea. You simply have no idea.
He has lovely manners. He seems to come from another world. A courteous, caring world. He'll send me flowers in the morning.
Oh, no, he won't. Oh, no, he bloody won't.
Oh, poor darling. Have I upset you? Have I let you down? I've let you down. And I've always tried to be such a good wife. Such a good wife. Perhaps you'll kill me when you get home. Do you think you will? Do you think you'll put an end to it? What do you think? Do you think there is an end to it? If you put an end to me, is that the end of everything for everyone? Will everything and everyone die with me?
Yes, you're all going to die together, you and your lot.
How are you going to do it? Tell me.
Easy. We've got dozens of options. We could suffocate any one of you on a given signal, or we could shove a broomstick up each individual arse on another given signal. Or we could poison all the mother's milk in the world so that each baby dropped dead before it opened its perverted bloody mouth.
But will it be fun? For me? Will it be fun?
You'll love it. But I'm not going to tell you which method we'll use.
You still love me?
Of course I love you. You're the mother of my children.
Oh, incidentally, what's happened to Jimmy?
Well, now, what do you say? Are we friends? I'm prepared to be frank, as a true friend should. I love death. What about you? Do you love death? Not necessarily your own, others, the death of others. Or, by any rate, do you love the death of others as much as I do? Are you always so dull? I understood that you enjoyed the cut and thrust of debate. Death, 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 death. As it has been noted by the most unscrupulated authorities, it is beautiful. The most harmonious thing there is. Sexual intercourse is nothing compared to it. Do you know the man who runs this country? No. Well, I do. and he's a very lovely chap. And he took me aside last Wednesday at a reception meeting dignitaries, and he said in what I can only describe as a hoarse whisper, "Nick," he said. "Nick, it's me. Nick, if you ever discover somebody to be getting on my tits, tell them one thing. Honesty is the best policy." The cheese was superb. Goat. One for the road. I had a lovely chat with your wife earlier, but I couldn't help but notice that she didn't look her best. She's probably menstruating. When it did. You know, old chap, I do love other things apart from death. Nature, trees, that sort of thing. A nice blue sky. Blossom. Tell me, truly, are you beginning to love me? I think your wife is. Beginning to fall in love with me. But I have rivals, you see, because everyone here has fallen for your wife. It's her eyes have beguiled them. What's her name? Gila or something. Who would you rather be? You or me? I'd choose me if I were you. Although I do grant you your merits, you're on the losing wicket, you see. Whereas I can't put a foot wrong. Do you take my point? God. Let me confess. Let me make a confession to you. I have never been more moved in my entire life when only the other day the great leader of our nation made an announcement to the country and he said, "We are all patriots! We are all one! We are all united under a common heritage!" Apart from you, apparently, I feel a link, you see, a bond. I share commonwealth of heritage. I'm not alone. I am not alone. Kill me! What? Kill me!
Such a long time,
Such a long time.
isn't it?
Oh, yes, ages.
You're still looking very beautiful.
So are you.
Me? Not me.
Oh, you are. Well, in a manner of speaking.
What do you mean in a manner of speaking?
I meant you look as beautiful as ever.
I never was beautiful in any way.
No, that's true, you weren't. I've been talking shit, in a manner of speaking.
Your language is always deplorable.
Oh, yes, appalling.
You enjoying the party?
Oh, yes, best party I've been to in years.
You said your husband died.
Well, what?
Your husband.
Oh, yes, my husband. He died.
Was it a long illness?
Short.
Ah. Quick then.
Oh, yeah, quick. Short and quick.
Better that way.
Really?
I would have thought.
No, it doesn't.
What?
Well, you said it would be better. So, better for who?
For you!
Oh, yes. I'm glad you didn't say him.
Well, I could have said him. A quick death's better than a slow one. Stands to reason.
No, it doesn't. Anyways, I bet death can be both things at the same time. I bet death can be both short and slow at the same time. Oh, and by the way, he wasn't ill.
Actually, I've heard they're talking about 40 million.
What?
And some of them have taken it even further.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, 50, 60, 70.
That's almost the whole population.
I know.
Well, I'm buggered.
It's a bit of a bloody cheek, isn't it, Susan?
It's more than a bloody cheek, Rita.
Indeed.
You know what I'm going to recommend we do with these people?
What?
I'm going to recommend that they be hung, drawn and quartered. I want to see the colour of their entrails.
Same colour as the red flag, old girl.
Quite. You see, what makes this whole business doubly disgusting is the citizens of this country behind us. They're ready to go with us on the 20 million basis. They're perfectly happy. And what are they faced with from these bastards? A deliberate attempt to subvert and undermine their security and their faith.
Give me another 2, Susan.
Another 2.
Another 2 million, and I'll buy you another drink. Another 2 for another drink.
No, Rita. It's 20 million dead.
You mean precisely?
I mean dead. Precisely. I want you to accept that figure. Accept the figure.
20 million dead. Precisely.
Precisely.
You're still very beautiful.
There's something going on in the street.
What?
There's something going on in the street.
Leave the street to us.
Who's us?
Oh, just us. You know.
Gosh, your looks. You're still so handsome. How'd you do it? What's your regime? What's your diet? Seriously though, what is your regime? How do you stay so... Oh, I don't know, so trim, so fit.
I lead a clean life.
Do you too?
Like what?
Fred says he looks so fit, so handsome, because he leads a clean life. What about you?
I lead an incredibly clean life. It doesn't make me handsome, but it makes me happy.
And it makes me happy too. So happy.
Even though I'm not handsome.
Oh, but you are, isn't he? He is. You are.
That's why we're still together. That's why we're still together.
What's the matter? Oh, what in heaven's name is the matter? Hmm? Tell me. You're probably just hungry or thirsty. Let me tell you something. I hate despair. The stench of it gets up my nose. Cancer, despair, old fruit. Should be castrated. I've often found that works. Then you're left with a happy man or happy woman. Look at me. Your soul shines out of your eyes.
It's actually a very unusual thing. It's an extremely unusual thing these days to find you're getting real value for money. I'm talking about a truly warm and harmonious environment. You won't find voices raised in our club. People don't do vulgar, sordid and offensive things. And if they do, we kick them in the balls and chuck them down the stairs.
Can I subscribe to all that has just been said? I would like to add my voice. I've belonged to many tennis and swimming clubs over the years. Many tennis and swimming clubs. And it was at some of these clubs where I first met most of my dearest friends. They are all dead. In fact, every friend I ever had or ever met is dead. They are all dead. Every single one. I have absolutely not one left. None are left. Nothing's left. What was it all for? The tennis and swimming clubs? What? What was it all for? Anyway, I couldn't stand half of them.
Yes, I'm terribly glad you've all said that. Aren't you?
First rate.
So moving.
Fantastic.
Right on the now.
It's true.
Oh, yes, yes.
Absolutely first rate.
Yes, was first rate. And it desperately needed saying. And how wonderful that it was said tonight at such a wonderful party in such congenial company. I must say, I speak as a very happy host. And by the way, I'll really have to join this wonderful club of yours, won't I?
You are hereby elected forthwith an honorary member as of today.
Hey! Thank you very much indeed. Now, I believe one or two of our guests encountered traffic problems on their way here tonight. I apologise for that. But I would like to assure you that all such problems and or related problems will be resolved very soon. Between ourselves, we've had a bit of a roundup this evening. This roundup is coming to an end. As a matter of fact, normal service will be resumed shortly. Yay! That is, after all, our aim. Normal service. We, if you like, insist on it. We will insist on it, and we do. That's all we ask. That the service this country provides will be run on normal, secure and legitimate paths, and that the ordinary citizen be allowed to pursue his labours and leisures in peace.
Here, yes.
Thank you so much for coming here tonight. It's been lovely to see you all. Quite smashing.
Sometimes I hear things. And it's quiet. I had a name. It was Jimmy. People called me Jimmy. That was my name. Sometimes I hear things. Then everything is quiet. When everything is quiet, I can hear my heartbeat. When the terrible noises come, I don't hear anything. Don't hear, don't breathe, and blind. Then everything is quiet. I hear a heartbeat. It's probably not my heartbeat. Somebody else's heartbeat. What am I? Sometimes a door bangs. I hear voices and it stops. It all closes. It closes down. It shuts. It shuts down. It shuts. It all shuts. I see nothing at any time anymore. I sit, sucking the dark. It's my own. It's what I have. It's my own and I suck it.